Hi everyone, this is a tutorial from dwbiconcepts.com. In this tutorial, we will learn how to handle multiple input data files using template file format. In this particular scenario, we have multiple flat files of employee information as per departments. So let us see how our source file looks like. So in my particular directory, we will have many flat files based on location and department having employee information. So in this particular directory we will having the input file for files. So now let us go to data services designer and let us see how we can implement, how we can handle multiple input file formats. Let us first create a batch job. Let's name it job underscore emp underscore all. Let us introduce a data flow. Let's name it df underscore emp all. Okay. Now we need a template file format so that we can bring the data inside the file to our data flow. So we go to the formats tab, we click on the file formats. We already have a file format definition in place. This is how our file format will look like, having the particular field names and the corresponding data type. So we can reuse it. Let's replicate this one. Let's create a copy of this one. Right click and replicate. Let's name it ff underscore emp all, and now we will use the wild character search. We will place start.txt. So any flat files in this particular directory having the .txt extension will be selected by default, and we have selected skip the row header to yes. Save and close. So this is my file format, template file format. Now I'll drag and drop it in my workspace of the data flow and make it as source. Now let us do one more interesting thing. Double click the definition and we will find there is a property include file name column. So we want to view for which location or for which file this data belongs to. We want to keep this in our target table. So this particular property of file format include file name column, let's select this as yes. So over here we will see that a di underscore file name, a default column or a default field has been generated by data services. This is an inbuilt field, and the column name is di file name. So we change it to file name. Okay, and we don't want to include the file path. That is what I mean to say. I don't want to include e:/dwbi concepts underscore files slash newyork.txt. I only want newyork.txt or dallas.txt or chicago.txt. So include path is set to no, and by default the column size is 100, varchar of 100. Let's validate. No errors found. Next, let us introduce a query transform. Let's name it query underscore extract and join it with the source file format. Now double click the definition. We select till the department number and map to right click and map to output. Now we need a new output column. We want to insert below the department number and name it as location. And the data type is varchar 100 say. So now how I am going to derive the location based on the file name. The file name itself contains the location information like New York.txt, Dallas.txt, Chicago.txt. So in this particular example, we will also see how to use the data services inbuilt functions like substring and index. So substring function is used to cut a particular portion of the string, and the index function is used to return the position of a search string in the input string. So let us see how we will define the definition or the mapping for location. So first we will write substring substr. So I click enter. Now this asks for a input string from which we want to cut out a particular portion. So file name is my field of interest, my input string, followed by a comma, and I want to start to the substring start location or the position, in my case is 1, and the end position will be determined by the position of the .txt. We want to cut all the characters starting from position 1 of the file name till .txt extension. So what I do, I define index, 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 and it asks me for the input string. This is my input string, followed by a comma, and the search string. In this case, my search string is .txt. And I want to start from my start position. The string, the index function will look for this particular search string .txt starting from the position 1 of the file name. This will return the position of the .txt in the input file name, and we want to cut the number of characters starting from 1 till the .txt. So I need to do a -1, one position before the .txt. Let's do a validate. Okay, no errors found. Let's go back and put a template table. Let's name it stg_env all. I want to change the data store pointing to a target repository. Okay, and we join it with the query transform. Okay, and this is my template table definition, the schema definition that will be generated in the database, and it's a drop and retrieve table. Let's go back and do a validate all. Okay, no errors found. Now we are good to run our job, and before that we obviously need to save our job and data flow. We say okay. Let's go to the monitor. Now interestingly, it has extracted all the 14 rows using the file format, the template file format we have defined to input all the files having .txt extension. Let's go back and check the data. Okay, this is all my records from all the file input file, source file, and we have able to substring the location name from the file itself, file name itself. This is how we can handle multiple file formats in data services. Thanks for watching the video. For more tutorials on data services, please visit dwbiconcepts.com.